Hello students, welcome to GC Tech Hub CS tutorials. In today's class, we are going to basically discuss about your upcoming practical exam, your AISSCE final practical examination in computer science. So you can see over here that the maximum marks allotted is 15. As first 15 marks already those have been awarded to you for term 1 practical. The marking scheme goes like this. Number one is lab test, where you have two questions. First one is a Python program based on stacks, which is of 2 marks. And then you have 3 SQL queries based on 1 or 2 tables and 2 output questions based on SQL queries, and this is of 4 marks. Then report file is of 3 marks, which you have already submitted. Project plus Viva based on projects is of 5 marks. So you'll have to fight for this, and Viva based on theory is 1 mark, which makes a total of 15 marks. So we are going to first discuss how you will be doing your lab test, because this is the most important component of your practical exam. So you can see the first one is a Python program based on stacks. So the very first program which we are going to write is specified over here. So I'm going to just demonstrate it once again. So this is the question. So as you can see that you need to, I'm going to show it once again, open a new file. So you go to file, new file, and here you are going to open a block comment, and first of all type the question, and you can see the question here, which is write a Python program to implement push and pop operations in a stack implemented as a list. Now to understand what are stacks, so students, I have already in my previous lecture, in my previous videos, I have already explained what are stacks. So to understand stacks, you can go to that video and you can understand it in detail. I'll just give you a small summary of it. Stacks are special data structures which follow the LIFO rule, that is last in first out, in which any insertion or deletion of elements is done from one end only. Okay, so in Python, stacks are implemented as a list. So we are going to use list data structure, list data type to implement stacks, and we will just see how to push and pop elements from the stack. Push operation is insertion operation and pop operation is deletion operation. So now for a program, how you will be doing it, you will first start a block comment and you will write the question. Then you will write the program name. Then you will write its size on the disk. Then you will write Python version used and Python ID used. So here program name, I'm giving the name here q1 underscore stack.py, and size is not more than 1 kilobyte, so I'm just giving 1 kilobyte to it. And Python version used, you can get that information by going back to the Python shell, and you can see it is Python 3.7.0. So 3.7.0 is your Python version, and your Python IDE used is Python idle, and that comprises of your block comment. So this is very important in a practical exam to provide the block comment. Now second is to save the file. So first of all, I'll press Ctrl S and I'll go to the desktop, and here I'll create a new folder. And as you can see, I have already created a folder over here by my name. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to demonstrate that once again. So I'm creating a new folder, GC Tech Hub, and within this I'm just going to open this and just type here q1 stack.py and save. So my first question has been saved there. So you have to make sure that you make your folder on the desktop, and both the questions which you do, you save it over there. So now over here, firstly I have saved this. Now I have to start writing the program. So I'm going to implement this program using functions, because it is quite easier and it's convenient to implement push and pop operations with the help of functions. So first I start with the main area, that is the global area, and here I start with creating a list, that is stack. And now I want to create a menu driven structure of the program. So for that I will be doing it this way: while true, print stack operations, print first one is push operation, second is pop operation, and third is your display the stack operation. And or we also say this is a traverse operation. Traverse means to display the stack, and finally you will be having exit. These four options, and enter your choice. Ch equals int input, enter your choice. Now if ch is 1, the first case is push operation. So first you create the structure, just use pass everywhere. Elif ch is equal to 3, traverse, and finally it is else, and here I can just provide break. That is, if the user enters any other value other than 1, 2, 3, then this loop will break. Now one by one I will create the functions here. Def push, and here I'm going to ask for an element from the user. So I'm going to write item equals input, enter an element, and I'm going to enter elements in the form of small strings. Okay, so enter an element, and now I'm going to push it to the stack. So I'm going to do it like this: stack dot append item. So that's all, your item will be pushed to the stack. After that, def pop. Now in a pop operation we need to first check whether the stack is empty or not. So I will just check if stack is equal to empty, which means that stack underflow is there, that is stack is empty. Else we can simply write we can simply write item is equals to stack dot pop, and in this case I am going to, because we know that we are entering data in this form. If you see it, like this is your list and I'm entering the data in this way, like 1, 2, 3 and so on. That is, in this form you are going to enter the data. So the data which has been entered the last will be the first one to be popped. Okay, so that is what we are going to do over here. So I'm going to write here item equals stack dot pop, and when I'm not giving any index value over here, it will always pop the last element into the last element from the stack. The last element which has been in, and because we know that stacks already follow last in first out rule, so the last element will be the first one to be popped. And in case there is a stack underflow, so for this purpose you can simply write item equals none. So that should do it, and return item. So whatever item has been popped will be returned. And next is to display the stack, so that we can simply display the stack in the form of displaying the list that is named as stack. So here now for the first case, that is push, I'm simply going to call this push and print stack, just to see whether the elements are pushed properly or not. Second one is pop. So here I'm just going to write item equals pop. And why item equals pop? Because this pop function is returning the item. So that is why I want to display the item being popped over here. So I will type here print item popped is your item. If there is nothing in the list, it will print stack underflow and item popped will be none. So after that, I'm just going to display the stack, the remaining, what remains of the stack. And finally for traverse, it will be simply print the stack. So very simple way I have explained this. Okay. So we'll just see how it executes now. Now we will run the program. So we'll go to run and run module, and over here enter your choice number 1 and element. Suppose I am entering the element as A. So you can see the first element which is in the list is A, in the stack is A. Again enter your choice, enter element B. Now you can see B is the second element which has been inserted over here. So I'm going to push a few more elements into the stack. So in Python, you can go on inserting as many elements as you can. Then second is pop. So number 2, now you can see the element popped is the last one which was inserted is the first one to be popped, and the remaining stack is also being displayed here. So this way we'll go on deleting elements from it, and when finally you delete the, you again press pop, and you can see there is nothing in the list, to nothing in the stack to be deleted. So it will give you the message stack underflow and element pop will be none, and an empty square brackets is displayed which shows that there is nothing to display. So this makes up your first program. Now the next part is what you have to do over here. You have to save this program in a Word document. Okay, so you will open a Word document. Like I have already have the Word document. You can easily open Word document by going to the start menu, and from here you can just go to your Word, or you can just search Word over here and you will get the first option, that is Word. You can just search for it, and after this you have to open a new document over here. So I'm going to open a new document. This is the new document, and in this what you need to do is first you have to type your board roll number. Please make sure that you do not type your name over here. Right, your subject, that is computer science 083, and date of practical, that is 4th April 2022, and here this is lab test, and within lab test question number 1, and whatever is your question number 1 you have to type that. So I already have it in the question, so I'm going to select that and I'm going to paste it over here, and then the program. So this is your program. You can just copy the entire program using Control A, paste the program, and at the end you have to type here out, and the output will be whatever you have done in your Python shell over here. This is your output. So just copy everything, whatever you see as part of your output, and make sure that your output includes all the cases: push, pop, traverse, everything. Okay, so this is how you have to do it. Now, as you can see that it is taking up a lot of space, and half of your page is already going wasted, so you'll have to do a little bit of formatting here. So go to layout menu, and from here go to size and select A4, then margin, select narrow margin, and then press Ctrl A to select everything. Go to columns and select two columns. Okay, so this way you can have the entire program distributed in two columns, and this way it will be properly organized also. And to provide a page number also, so we go to insert, and from insert we go to page number, bottom of page, and just provide the page number over here. Page number will be there, and now again select everything, then go to line spacing, select single line spacing, click it again, remove space after paragraph. So this will help remove the extra space which has been occupied, and now you can see that two pages, the entire program is now accommodated in two pages. Now save this document in the same folder which you created on the desktop. So go to browse and go to the desktop and go to that same folder, and here you can save it with your name. So I'm saving it with my name. Make sure you save it with your full name, class and section, so that it is easy for the teacher to understand what is the file, because the teacher is going to take your file in a pen drive and get it printed. So this way you have to also attach this entire thing to your answer sheet, and in your answer sheet you are going to write this whole thing, the whole program together with the output. Okay, so this is your first question which you have to do. So now we come to our second question, that is lab test, which is based on SQL. So for this, first we will start MySQL. So I'll go to start, and from here I'll start the MySQL command line client. So you can see the MySQL command line client over here. So now we'll just enter the password, which is 1234, and now your MySQL command line client is ready to accept data. The very first thing which you have to do is create a database. So create database, you'll use the create database command for that, and whatever is your name, you have to use your name, like I'm using my name over here. Then use database, that is GC Tech Hub. I've just used the database name, and now we are ready to go, and that is create our table. So very first thing is your question will be of this type, okay, where you'll have to write SQL queries for, you'll get 3 SQL queries and 2 output questions. So first thing is you have to create the table, right? So what I am suggesting you is always open a notepad file. Always open a notepad file first. Keep your notepad file open, and save all your SQL queries over here. So this notepad file also, press Ctrl S and save it in the same folder on the desktop which you had created. Just name it as SQL, and you can just type all your queries over here. So I'm going to first type the query to create the table, because for running the SQL queries and the output questions, it is very essential that you have the tables created. So create table shop followed by ID. You can keep all the field names as lowercase letters only for ease and for fast working, or you can also stick to the rules over here. So I'm just going to stick to the names which are already given over here. So ID, and as you can see that this ID is of uh, character type, so char and 3, then S name varchar 25, followed by area, which is also varchar 25, and I'll create the second table also, that is accessories. So create table accessories followed by no char, and this is also 3, then name varchar 30, and price I'm going to take big int over here, and finally it is ID, and this IT also char. So you can see I have created both the tables, and now I'm going to insert the records. So insert into, make sure you keep saving this. Very first is inserting records into the shop table. So insert into shop. Let me just say I had used small letters here, so I'll type shop values and just type all the values over here, like S01 ABC Computronics CP. Then put a comma and just go on typing the other values also. You have to make sure that all the character and varchar type data as well as date time data is enclosed within single quotes. Infotech, media, and GK2. So you can see one table has been created. The records have been inserted in one table. Now we are going to insert the records in the second table. Values, and I'm just going to take some time to enter the data. And you can see as 12,000 is numeric, it will not be enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. Same goes for the other values also. It just takes a little bit of time in inserting the values here. Yes, so now you can see that I have typed all the SQL queries. Please make sure that when you are using insert into shop values, so the first one you have provided, after that you have to put a comma and type all the rest of the tuples for records. And same way with the accessories table also. Now that all is done, what you have to do is just press Ctrl A, Ctrl C, go to your command line client and just right click to paste all the commands, and at in one go both your tables will be created. So now if you have to check it, select asterisk from shop. This is your shop table, and next is select asterisk from accessories. This is your accessories table. So now you are ready to type your SQL commands. So the first SQL command, let us see what it is. To display name and price of all the accessories in ascending order of their price. This is the first SQL query. So I'm just going to take it, and now I'm going to type it over here. So I'm going to just paste it over here. This is my first SQL query, and its SQL I'm going to type here. So its SQL will be select now name and price of all accessories. So name and price, you can see this is the accessories table. Name comma price from accessories, where, sorry, not where, because they have provided you have to display all the names and price of accessories in ascending order of their price. So order by price, and because it is ascending, so ASC is already default over here, so you don't need to provide anything. So just select this query, Control C, go to your command line client, right click to paste and press enter, and you will see this is the output. So just you can copy this entire thing, press enter to copy, come back to your notepad file, and here you can just paste it. You can see it has been pasted. Save this. So this way the first query is done. Let us go to the second one. Now our second question is, to display ID and S name of all shops located in Nehru Place. Okay. So how to do that? Select ID, comma, S name, and now we are referring to which table? To the shop table. From shop and located in Nehru Place. So where area is equals to Nehru. That is my query. I'm going to select it. Control C for copy. Go back to SQL. Right click for paste. Press enter and you can see its output over here. So just copy everything or just copy the output. Press enter. Come back to your notepad file and paste it. So this is done. Second one is also done. Go to the third one. And to display minimum and maximum price of each name of accessories. So how to do that? Now we are going to use grouping of records. Now for each of the accessories, you can see over here, for each of the accessories, we are going to group the records and then find the minimum and maximum price in each of the groups. So how to do that? Select first name of the accessories, name, then min price, comma, max price from accessories, group by name. Select it, Control C for copy, go back to SQL, right click for paste, and now you can see for each of the items, records are tuples are grouped and minimum and maximum price is figured out from there. Now go to your notepad file and just paste the output over there. So this way you have to keep pasting the outputs like this. Then question number 4 and 5 will be output questions. So I'm just going to show you that. The next two questions will be output questions. So I'm just scrolling down to the output questions. Like you have this output question here. So what you have to do is just select this query, Control C for copy, go to your go to your MySQL command line client, right click for paste, just make some adjustments, press enter, and you will get the output. So just select the output, enter, and go back to your notepad file and just paste it over there. And the fifth one also will be the same thing. You have to just copy the SQL query and go to MySQL command line client, right click for paste, and then select this entire thing, go to your notepad file and paste and save it. Now you are all set to write it in your copy. Now what you are going to write in your answer sheet, you will not write this. This is only for you to create the tables. Okay, so you will not write this in your answer sheet. In your answer sheet, you will only write the question, the MySQL query, its output for the first three questions, and for the next one, that is fourth and fifth, you will of course type the question. So whatever is the question, that will be your SQL query. So you will just type that, paste that SQL query here and followed by output. So that's all you have to do. So this is done. Now in your answer sheet, you are going to write everything starting from here to here. That is first three SQL queries and next last two output questions. Okay, so this is your lab test which you have to do. So save all your files. Now as I'm going to show you on the desktop, you can see now this folder contains everything. It contains my Word document containing the program question, the program, as well as the SQL output. Okay, SQL queries. All things should be there in this folder, right? So that makes your practical. This is how you have to do your practical. Then you also have to keep your laptops ready, at least one laptop for each group, and as you all are reporting at the same time, so as I mean your viva can be conducted in according to your group, that is in a group wise manner. So make sure that one laptop is ready uh, before you appear for your viva, right? So please set everything right in the beginning so that the moment your name is called, you can just show the demonstration to the uh, external. Okay, so that's what you have to do. And your viva will be asked from your project, as I have already explained over here that project here these 5 marks are for collectively for preparing the project as well as the viva based on project, which is basically a demonstration of your project and some questions which the external is going to ask. So please be prepared to answer any question related to the project. It could be anything, and whatever you are, make sure that whatever you are using, whichever concept you are using in your project, you are well aware of that. Okay, and make sure all the team leaders should make sure that your team, each and every member of your team is well connected as well as they are well versed with the project. And viva based on theory is of 1 mark. Even if it is 1 mark, do not take it lightly, because this viva will decide how much total marks you get in the end, because all your marks will be adjusted based on this viva. So make sure you prepare this viva from your entire theory syllabus, whether it is networking, databases, Python, or any other area. Okay, so with this, I wish you all the best. Please prepare the questions which I have provided you. Okay, and be ready, because there are 5 sets. You can get any particular set.